While dipped candles are still soft, they can be twisted or hand-moulded to a variety of shapes. Here, David is plaiting 3 together. This way, you'll finish up with a candle with 3 wicks, which will burn down with 3 flames. It looks good, too. Or you can roll one out flat on a board with an ordinary rolling pin. You have to be a little careful it doesn't stick as you roll by turning it over a few times. If you want a simple flat candle, you can stop here. But it's even more interesting to twist the candle between your fingers as David is doing. This makes the candle into a beautiful twisted spiral. As long as the wax stays warm, you'll find it easy to shape. This twisted candle has been finished off by over-dipping in wax coloured with yellow dye. You can see just how soft and flexible the candles are while still warm. Just right for hand modelling. David's pulling the wick out of the middle of this one. He'll put it back later when he's got the finished shape he wants. By twisting and squeezing, you can mould the soft wax into any shape you wish. Can you guess what this shape will be? It's useful to keep the liquid wax hot so that you can re-dip your wax model into it occasionally. This warms it up and adds more layers of wax. At this temperature, the wax isn't too hot to handle. In fact, it's quite pleasant to the touch, rather like warm plasticine, and it's completely odourless and clean. Yes, that's coming along nicely. When you're happy with the finished shape, you have to put back the wick. To do this, you use a long, thick needle called a wicking needle. Just thread the primed wick through the needle. And then push the needle and wick through the centre of the soft candle. To finish off, you tie a knot in one end of the wick to stop it coming out. Pull it through and trim the other end to the right length. This is some different wax, melted down to a liquid and dyed red. David's over-dipping just the top of the candle to make it really look like a toadstool. For the finishing touch, you can add small dots of liquid undyed wax, dripped on carefully with the wicking needle. The undyed wax drops cool to an opaque white, which stands out well against the bright red surface. And you can make them any shape or size you like. Once you've got used to handling and modelling warm wax, you'll probably want to try out a variety of shapes and sizes. Nothing could be easier than a pinched candle. You start with a small lump of warm wax, which you repeatedly dip in hot liquid wax to keep warm and plastic. Then you simply pinch out the edges into any shape you like. David has pinched out 3 edges here to form a sort of twisted petal shape. You can carry on like this, dipping and pinching, for as long as you like. bearing in mind that it has to be sturdy enough to eventually stand up and burn. When they're lit, these candles burn down in a really delightful way, leaving the edges of the petals standing up around the flame.